The text of the treaty is short and compact, but its content is almost revolutionary. In it, Germany and France commit themselves to nothing more and nothing less than arriving, insofar as possible, at a similar position on all the important economic, political and cultural issues. 50 years on, the treaty is still just as relevant. The key themes of its preamble, reconciliation, young people, solidarity and Europe, embody the essence of our partnership. Over the years, beyond the vicissitudes of everyday life, it has enabled us to create a closeness and friendship that few people share.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous remercions enfin de vous être joints à cette célébration, de votre intérêt pour la France, l'Allemagne et l'Europe, et de votre adhésion à l'idée que l'humanité n'est pas condamnée à une logique de guerre, mais qu'au contraire, nos efforts réunis en faveur de la paix et de la coopération sont à même de changer le monde. C'est la raison pour laquelle il est très important qu'une telle rencontre d'amis partageant une vision commune prenne place ici ce soir à Vancouver.
2013 marked the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Elysee Treaty. It was this treaty that laid the political, legal and symbolic foundation for the extraordinary partnership France and Germany enjoys today.
And the European Union in these days is desperately in need of this factor of stability and cohesion, especially in times of crisis when the going gets tougher.
I have four minor points here. Number one, the Euro crisis does start, and it has been reminded during the last G20 summit by the head of Commission Barroso, that you know, it started as a global financial crisis that was initiated in the US. So the initial financial risk started in Wall Street with a lack of regulation in Wall Street, and it spread because there was regulatory arbitrage and a lack of global financial regulation. So it spread a lot into European banks that were not prepared.
Okay, I think the problem in the European Union is that there is no government, there is no unified government. So there is a problem with leadership. Where do you get leadership in a European Union that doesn't have a unified head of government and that, you know, doesn't necessarily go anywhere unless there is some source of leadership? And I think the value of the French-German relationship at this point is to provide that leadership, especially in times like today when the leadership is not forthcoming from European institutions. The European Commission, which used to be you know, providing that leadership under Jacques Delors, at this point is not really providing the kind of leadership that it once did.
We have talked a lot during all these years about the possibility of having other axes in the European constructions. When we're talking about defense, we always speak about these agreements between France and the United Kingdom. We had one moment talked about a possible, it was 10 years ago, possible directorate of the European Union with France, Germany and the United Kingdom. This has proved not being efficient, particularly with the current political orientation of the United Kingdom. And what we are seeing now is that the Franco-German axis is still at the middle of the European construction, and but it has to take into account several other partners, very important.
Mitterrand had economic problems. He needed German help with the economic problems. They needed to change the European economic community in order to do that, and the French wanted to gain more control over German monetary power, and the Germans also wanted, they were still on a movement to try to become more respectable in the world. By then it was really working. And then the Cold War ended, and they had another interest in, again, conflicting differences. They were ambiguous deals. Somebody always won a bit more than the other side, but there was always more to be gained by bargaining together than to not do it.